New Mexico State University offered a scholarship to David Hogg. Will he become an Aggie? Hi, thanks for watching. Today I'm going to talk about the news that my alma mater, New Mexico State, has offered scholarships to the student leaders of the Parkland High School, and specifically, they offered it to David Hogg. Now, he is one of the student leaders from Parkland High School, and he has been talking recently on social media that he was not accepted into UCLA and several of the schools that he applied for. But New Mexico State has let it be known that they would like the Parkland High School leaders to come to New Mexico State, and they will offer them a scholarship. I want to talk about the reasons why the kids should consider going to New Mexico State over other universities. Now, this is a subject that is near and dear to my heart. I went to New Mexico State for undergrad, and it was a fantastic experience for me. And I want to talk about some of the reasons why it was great for me. Now, the first one was Las Cruces. It is beautiful in southern New Mexico. The weather is unbelievable. You'll have over 330 days of blue skies. And there's nothing like that to really help out with feeling down. It's really hard to feel down when it's so beautiful outside. But it's really important to be in a place with great weather, especially if you're a kid and you don't have a car yet. And New Mexico State definitely has great weather. Also, the proximity to Mexico. New Mexico State is in Las Cruces, which is right near the border of Mexico, just north of El Paso, Texas. But within an hour of your dorm room, you can be in Juarez, Mexico. It's fantastic. You can go down for the day, go around shopping, eating. It's so much fun. But at night, they have discos and nightclubs that you can go to. You can drink and dance and just have a great time. And you can't get this, right, if you're not 21 in the U.S. You can go party in, someone's dorm room or a frat house or something like that. But you can't go out to a club, especially if you look young, you don't have a fake ID, right? That's just not going to happen. But you can do this at New Mexico State because you can just go down to Mexico. Now, when I was there, they had Thursday night drink and drown, where you would pay $5, $10 at the door, and you could drink as much as you want. They've done away with that, so you're actually going to have to buy each drink. But that's okay because you don't need too much. But one of the great things about going to school in Las Cruces is there is nothing going on, right? There's nothing going on in that city. I went to school in Albuquerque as well, and I would go to school and I would see people in class and I would never see them again until the next class. That's because in Albuquerque, it's a big city. Lots of things are happening. People have lives. They have lots going on. In Las Cruces, that's not the case. No one has anything going on. And so you'll run into the same people on the International Mall, at the library in class, at the supermarket, at cheap movie night, right? All those places, you'll run into the same people and you develop a community. It's really awesome. That's one of the great things. The International Mall is this big sidewalk between buildings. And you could be walking down and people would invite you to parties and just straight up, hey, how's it going? They come to our party. It was really cool. There was a big sense of community there that I saw at a small town that I didn't see in the big city at all. So there were certain things to do on every day. For example, Tuesday night was cheap movie night. When I was there, I believe it was $2. You could go see a movie. And I would run into everybody from the university at cheap movie night. Now, I looked it up, and they're still doing cheap movie night. Now it's $5. That's not bad. But if you make that your schedule, you will run into the people that you know from school, and it's a great big community. And that's one of the really awesome things that New Mexico State can offer that you don't have at bigger universities in bigger cities. Now, I really liked living on campus. I lived on campus for the first 2 years. And back then we had these 50s motor-style lodges where the doors opened up onto the quad or the parking lot, and it made it really easy to meet your neighbors and walk around, and it really had a great sense of community. Now, since then, they've torn down the biggest dormitories and put up something more modern. Now, I want to talk about the opportunities at New Mexico State that you may not have at other places. A lot of times people choose to go to the school that they barely get into, right? I made this mistake in grad school. I went to TCU for business school, and when I got in, I was at the bottom. I barely made it into that class. And because of that, I didn't get all the opportunities that I would have got if I were in the middle of the pack. And I know that David Hogg was disappointed that he didn't get into UCLA, but if he did get into UCLA, right, he would be at the bottom. And I think there's so many more opportunities if you get into a place where you're in the middle, right? Because then all the opportunities are open to you as well. Because I went to New Mexico State, I had the opportunity to work with an on-campus organization that was tied to the Defense Department, and I was able to do a co-op where I got to travel the world. I lived in the Arctic, lived and worked in the Arctic and in the South Pacific and in Africa, 3 different trips. It was fantastic, and I wouldn't have had that opportunity if I went to a school that I barely got into. Also, I wouldn't have got that opportunity at any other school because it only existed at New Mexico State. And it really changed my life for the better. I am so happy that I was able to do that. Southern New Mexico is absolutely beautiful. And you have the white sands, which I'm sure you've seen pictures of in calendars and whatnot. They open it up at night for full moons, so you can go there and have a party under the full moon with the white sands. It's absolutely beautiful. SpaceX made the Spaceport America near Las Cruces. So this is the port where they're going to be sending people to outer space and back for space travel. And that's all right there by New Mexico State University. That has a lot going on that a lot of other schools don't have. But lastly, I think the most important thing about New Mexico State is it really has a sense of community. It really is an open and inviting place for all people, for all ideas. And because of that, it's a great place to live and study and grow. So even if none of the Parkland leaders choose to go to New Mexico State, that's okay. I think they're missing out because it was one of the best experiences of my life. And if you're graduating and you're looking at going to a university, I would encourage you to check out New Mexico State. It was a fantastic experience for me, and I'm sure it will be for you too. So do you have any questions about New Mexico State? Let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them. Peace. You can help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers by clicking the like button and subscribing. Thanks.